Hello again, all the listeners to Radio Entrepreneurs. My name again, Jeffrey Davis, and I'm the host of Radio Entrepreneurs. And I continue to work through all this change and deal with things every day. Actually, busier than ever before at this consulting firm right here, Mage LLC, since 1985, working with leadership of organizations in transition. And boy, this has been a year in transition. So I look forward to talking to our next guest and listening to Leigh-Ann Larson, founder of Elevate Consulting, because she's going to talk about how to deal with stress during COVID and these times of change. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Jeff. I just want to say that the name of the company is actually Elevate Counseling Services.
Oh, sorry.
So that's not a problem, although you must be a bit of a mind reader because I have been doing some consulting work with business leaders myself in this difficult time of transition for people. But it's a counseling services company that I actually founded. Okay. Elevate. We do mental health counseling.
So tell us a little bit about how to deal with stress during these times. How
Yes.
are you helping your clients?
Yeah. So really, we've been leaning into mindfulness strategies, staying in the moment, doing life one day at a time. You know, I found this wonderful resource from Tim Ferriss, Tribe of Mentors, which I have been enjoying as what I like to call my business devotional. And what I discovered is these people who were interviewed, they're the top of their game, whether they're chefs or artists or tech guys, whatever business they're in or whatever they do, poets. Most of them talk about meditation. Some type of meditation practice, whether it be yoga or Tai Chi or transcendental meditation, or they experience their workouts, their runs or whatnot as a meditative way of being in the world. And for years, I've been talking to my clients and staff about that, the importance of understanding neuroplasticity in our brains. We have the power to change the chemistry, the actual chemistry in the organ, the brain, and really support a decrease in cortisol, a decrease in unnecessary adrenaline, and an increase in activating those pleasure centers of our brain. Simply by figuring out some form of practice to come into the moment, experience space within, whether that's decreasing the clutter of those intrusive thoughts, racing thoughts, worries, or one of the biggest perpetrators of anxiety, what if syndrome. What if this happens? What if that happens, right? So really, I myself have upped my game in my meditative practice. I am now offering midday mindfulness to my clients once a week where they can hop on a Zoom and for a half an hour get a nice guided meditation. And we will be expanding that to a larger group of people. At some point, we're piloting this right now, but it's incredibly beneficial. And so staying in the moment and that one day at a time mentality, which many people are familiar with, that 12-step programming thought, stay in the moment one day at a time, you know, don't get too far ahead of yourself. It has been the staying power for so many of my staff members who, counselors are people too, they have children that they are doing at-home school with, they are juggling work and family and their own family members getting ill, elderly family members. So we're in it with you. So we're all really working towards blooming where we're planted, staying in the moment, and being focused on creating space for mindful activities.
I can't argue with anything you're saying. You know, I'd like to add, and I probably you're seeing this as well, it's good to have goals because it's good to have positive goals, stay busy. And I think almost focusing on others so we don't become too focused on ourselves. Do you see any of those things as well?
Absolutely. I think that some people were maybe ill prepared for the level of, especially our parents and even teachers. I feel so badly that they really had to up their game on focusing on others. So you already have little people in your life that you need to attend to. And then to realize you need to double down on that and really prioritize others as well as your own self-care. It's a balancing act. And it's so important because if you're not um, getting enough sleep, getting exercise, being hydrated, and having some enjoyable moments, you're going to have trouble showing up for other people as well. And yes, we absolutely, Elevate has a servant leadership model. That's sort of how all of my leadership team operates. We're really there to serve each other and to serve our clients. As the owner of the business, I live and breathe. I am there for my staff. My staff are not there for me. And I think you can ask any one of them and they would agree with that, because that's where you find your passion. That's where you find your vision. And that's where you're able to set those goals that you're talking about and meet those important benchmarks for continued both flow state, enjoying what you're doing, but then also succeeding in what you're doing, whatever success looks like for you.
So how long have you had this business practice? How long have you been doing this?
Sure. So I incorporated Elevate Counseling Services in 2015. So we just past the 5-year mark. Prior to that, I was in private practice with another group practice and then solo for 5 years. And prior to that, I did agency work in community mental health, where I really found my education in the work.
Oh, very interesting. And had you had entrepreneurial experience in your background, or is that just something you knew you were always going to do?
So prior to going to grad school and getting my master's degree, I did have a holistic healing business as a Reiki master teacher. So I would do, energy work, Reiki, meditation. I got certified in hypnosis. So I have been very familiar with that world since 2000.
Right. Leigh-Ann, if someone's looking for you at Elevate Counseling, I got it right the second time, how would they find you?
Sure. So our website is www.elevate-counseling.com. You can call us at 508-297-1491 if you want to talk to our client care coordinator. And you can always just, if you're looking for work, I'm always hiring. Jobs at elevate-counseling.com is a great email.
Well, I love having you on the show, and I love how you started about talking about being in the moment. I probably haven't done a seminar in the last 8 months on sales, when I do sales seminars, and not talked about being in the moment in terms of good listening skills and caring and staying focused, especially with Zoom. And we appreciate your being on Radio Entrepreneurs, and remind all our listeners that's what this show is all about. And we're going to continue to air stories throughout the rest of 2020 and into 21, and remind everyone this is Radio Entrepreneurs.